Hello. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing alright. How was everyone tonight? Let me check something, okay? I have to check something. There we go. So, there we go. So, what you're about to read or see is two articles. Alright, made you tonight. So forgive me if I'm not. I have to double check on the alright. Alright, so we are going to be talking about a particular subject called post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and trauma. Now, trauma can be from all sorts of things, and PTSD can be from flashbacks of like something you saw or something that you don't want to have happen to you. So, yeah, that's something to think about, what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to switch it over, and there we go. Sorry, I thought I saw something on the lens. So, you know, I'm going to switch it over. Alright, so with everything going on, it's pretty important if we talk about this, because if we don't, it's gonna be like no one's gonna want to know. Also, I'll be taking notes as long, because I'm gonna be writing my own paper on this, or my own thoughts and feelings about this. This is totally my opinion, and if you have any questions, please ask. However, please understand that I am not a professional. I am just someone who likes doing a podcast here and there about stuff, and this is strictly so that way I can understand stuff going on in general. So, hope you understand, and I understand if you want to leave or something like that. Give me 1 second, I have to make sure that this article is up to date, but I need to make sure that everything else is set up. Alright. I forgot I need to... I should be switching it to the other camera because that way you can see me still. But that's what we're going to be reading about. Now, of course, it's all subjective to opinion, so please understand that when we're talking about this, it's all objective based, and understand that it's... Okay. I'm gonna move this down. There we go. Alright, so it's all objective based, and with everything going on, you should know about what PTSD is. Everyone says they know what it is, but they don't know specifics, and then they get really like nervous about like different things and just in general. So, yeah. Alright, let's see the new camera angle. Alright. Oh, good grief. There we go. Oh, hold on. I need to make sure that I'm on the right screen. Because, yeah, I need to check to make sure I'm on the right screen. Alright. I'm on the right screen. I can shift this over. Alright. So... Hi. New look. I'm trying to find out what works, what doesn't, and make sure that it's kosher, and this is the only way for me to actually have the mic pick me up when it comes to this stuff. So please understand that I'm not ignoring you. I do see chat, and if you have any questions, please feel free to answer them. Alright? I'll be trying to answer them as best as I can, so please understand that if I don't get to your question right away, I'm not trying to ignore you, I'm just trying to make sure I get all the answers written down, or my thoughts on it too. So, this article is called Psychological and Social Theories of the Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder by Bison. In the abstract, it says various theories have been proposed to explain the development and maintenance of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. This article reviews the psychological and social theories that have been influential, or influenced. So, alright, so, because I'm also trying to take notes, please bear with me if you have any questions or concerns. So, okay. So this abstract is just explaining the influence of thinking, meaning, and interpretation of what we're going to be reading about. So, that way we understand that it's not just, hey, let's do this, or hey, let's do that. It's, let's learn about this and find ways to cope with it, okay? So, a lot of it is subjective. Each person has their own right to feel and see and do. So, traumatic experiences can usually be stimulated without the development of pathological response. If the unsuccessful post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD and other disorders can be fear structures categorized by excessive response elements such as avoidance, psychological reactivity, and resilience to modification, but how this is best explained has been the subject of ongoing debate. Various psychological and social theories have been suggested to account for PTSD, and this article provides an introduction to some of the most important ones. So, this article is going to be based on what, let's see how long this, okay, so this is only a two-pager. Okay, this is the, okay. Pathological theories. Okay, I'm gonna, there we go. Several earlier theories regarding the development of PTSD drew on a classic condition and learning theory, applying a model almost identical to the most commonly used to describe the most developmental and maintenance of phobias. This model remains a useful way to explain some of the phenomena in PTSD, and many later theories draw on it. But it is too simplistic to explain PTSD fully. In this model, the trauma can be considered the unconditioned stimulus, the initial reaction of distress, the unconditional response. This marks the response leads to over-conditioned consolidation of traumatic memories. Reminders become conditioned stimuli that invoke a conditioned fear response. For example, an individual involved in a severe road traffic accident that involved a white car may develop PTSD and then become acutely distressed every time she sees a white car or they see a white car. They should have changed it. They should have changed it for sure, just because of today's standards. But, you know, that's how most people think about it. So, a lot of times, I'm going to switch to the other screens, because I want to talk to you guys, and that way I can get a response back. So, a lot of times, a person, kind of like myself, where I've experienced something that most people don't want to have happen, which is getting a broken leg or anything like that. But it could develop into PTSD. So it could be something of the sort of not being able to have a good stimulus or be provoked by it. So with that being said, it's also because a lot of people, when they go into distress, they're in like the zone of not knowing what's going on, and they're just hoping that the memories of what they're going through isn't going to like make it rough for everyone else. The best situation is to have the person be not translucent or lucid, but every so often you need to have a, what's the word for it? I don't know what the word is for it, but we are going to game tonight as well. Well, not on YouTube, but on Twitch we will. I'll be switching over to that in about 35 or 36 minutes. Something like that. So, with that being said, the article also states learning theory has evolved, particularly with incorporation of configurative aspects, for example, the addition of a meaning to situation response, and the development of the 3 symptoms model of anxiety, with strong links between behavioral, cognitive, affective, and physiological responses. Cognitive theory has been highly influenced in the development of the most recent models of PTSD, in which interpretation of events rather than the nature of the event themselves determine the reaction to them. A model of anxiety suggests the anxiety is associated with the feels of danger. Anxiety sufferers become preoccupied with danger and the perceived inability to cope. The threat of danger participants' anxious schemes often develop from early experiences and negative automatic thoughts. Once activated, a danger schemes and appraisals characterized by negative thoughts about danger result in a characteristic emotions, physical and behavioral symptoms of anxiety. So PTSD can cause, or not cause, but can be affected by anxiety and by, like, the events that happen are more traumatic to that person because of them not knowing what to expect, or the unexpectedness could trigger a moment of, like, a panic, or, like, you're having a moment of, like, distress and you don't know how to, like, handle it. It just really depends on what's going on. So that really is sad to say, but it's true. It does happen. It does happen. And of course, a lot of people will think about it as such and think, you know, what's the big deal? What's the big issue about PTSD? Now, PTSD can be a load of things. And that's where we're going to end on PTSD. Now, trauma is based on what you can expect or deal with, or even just in general trying to find ways to cope. Trauma can also be from when you get hurt, you don't want to relive getting hurt. Trauma can be also derived from PTSD when you're going through a moment in time when all you see is just that moment. That moment can cause trauma to your brain, and you can feel helplessness, anxiety, and just in general, like, pain in general. So it just really depends on what you're wanting to talk about and think about. Alright. I will see all of you on Twitch in about 20 or so minutes, and we will get started. Have a good night, or see you soon.